Hey guys, it's your pal Victor here from Cult Classics and Cult Following. I'm doing my weekly recap of Wandavision, full recap review and spoilers. And boom! Okay, this time the bomb dropped. Everyone who had wondered who is Agatha is, or who is Agnes, Agatha Harkness? Is she Agatha Harkness? Do you guys think that Agnes is Agatha Harkness? Well, folks, not only did this episode confirm that yes, indeedy, Agnes is Agatha Harkness, it did so by giving her a nice The Munsters episode intro of her own within the Office slash Modern Family slash biography show of the week. And I did like the fake Office intro and fake Office theme of this episode. But yeah, basically this was the Agatha Harkness coming out party going on for this episode. In the WandaVision intro, we saw that she's having a me day for herself because her powers are acting up. The furniture is changing shape and size to 50s, 60s, 70s. Her milk is turning from black and white. The kids' controllers are turning from PS4 to Atari 2600. So just to get her out of her hair, it seems like Agnes is all about what's going on. She shows up. Yeah, no big deal. I'll take the kids. You have a U day. And, the kids are worried because Billy's head feels funny. And now we know that at least for the past, since the past, 6 or so episodes, Agnes, who'd lived in this area, realized somebody of great power like Wanda was in this area, had trapped her in the hex, so she was observing her powers and kind of learning them and manipulating her to her own ends. Because Agnes has a whole lair that looks a lot like the Sanctum Sanctorum under her house, complete with the same kind of glowy forbidden books that you saw in Doctor Strange's library in Kamartaj. And she said she's not the only that Wanda's not the only witchy person in town, so we know she's a sorceress. Um, and then basically, she's been manipulating events to try to keep Wanda in the dark. We know that she has some hand in Pietro, who might just well be her full-on creation, or could be Wanda's creation that she is manipulating. That's why he doesn't look like himself. But either way, she's also the interviewer on this show, and she's full on manipulating events since the last 2 episodes. The other big announcements here, if we found out that Hayward is our other B villain here, who basically took custody of Vision's body because he was using him to try to resurrect him as a sentient weapon called something called Project Cataract, which is what Darcy finds out. And speaking of Darcy, Vision has to wake her up in the Hex world where she was part of the circus of sword clowns. She thought she was a strong woman. He woke her up, and then we had a lot of, oh, I shipped you guys. You guys are a great couple, and she had secretly hoped to be a guest star on WandaVision. And then the other big thing is, so we find out the identity of the engineer is somebody named Goodner, who was loyal to Monica's mom. That was a big letdown as far as the reveals go. But what ended up happening is she gave her this space rover, and Monica tried to ram it through the wall of the hex, and it got halfway through and spit out, turned into half a pickup truck, which we saw, which was a cool effect. And Monica decided to just ram through that wall, and by doing so, she became a meta-human, because now her eyes changed color. She looks like she has super speed and super strength. She was able to stand up to Wanda, and now we kind of know what the connection is. That both of them are gonna bond over being characters who've suffered loss. You know, Monica lost her mom, Wanda lost Vision. So that team up seems inevitable. And then, hey, you know what else is going on here, guys? It looks like, even though we ended up having Agatha Harkness show up as the main bad guy, Pietro is still in the picture because for the first time ever, we finally got a mid-credit scene because Monica was going through to open up the basement, saw these roots, these weird purple roots in the basement, and that can be another thing that we talk about next time. And Pietro stopped her, so interesting. But yeah, as some people noted, it seems very likely now that given the mechanics of the situation, that Doctor Strange will probably guest star in the show in the next couple of episodes because it seems this is a magic war. But it should be interesting. But yeah, we got to see the origin of Monica Rambeau as a superhero. We found out Agatha Harkness is the evil sorceress behind a lot of the insecurity in there. We saw the latest fake commercial, which featured the same couple from every other commercial, which we still haven't pinned down as being Wanda's parents, but I think most likely will be. This time it's for the Nexus, and we know the Nexus is the travel system they use in the Marvel Universe. Is represented by hexes, so we know that this reality is a stop on the Nexus, which is fun, and I don't know. I think those are all the main hit points here, but yeah, it was quite an episode. I did enjoy the Faux Monsters theme song for Agatha Harkness. They spent a lot of money on this episode in terms of special effects, which I liked. And it looks like we're gonna get a showdown. Looks like and we're apparently Wanda's also a Nexus being in the comics, so that's something else we can chat about. Yeah, this leads us to a lot of possibilities here. Sword might end up being just as a corrupt organization as Shield at this point. So who knows where we're gonna go with this? Or if it's just gonna go in a direction of just magic, or it won't address what's going on. But we also know that Vision is being blocked from getting to his home the whole episode. His costume looks really nice this episode. And the confrontation between Wanda and Vision is bound to come up, and so is see if Agatha can control or stop Vision. She seems to be afraid of him, but hard to say. But yeah, that's kind of our thoughts this episode. You guys let me know what you think of WandaVision in the comments. Yes, Wanda had fake control over what was going on. She's being manipulated. And if you enjoy what's going on this episode and enjoy our recaps, feel free to give us a like on this post, and feel free to subscribe. And I'm excited for next week, and hopefully we will find out more. And I'm always a sucker for circus episodes, so I enjoyed it on that level too. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed this episode of WandaVision, enjoyed this recap, and we will see you next time. So until then, thanks guys for tuning in.